Hello, this is Professor Jack, and this is Chapter 9, Friendship, Intimacy, and Singlehood. And so for this first chapter, for this ninth chapter, I want to go ahead and make links to other chapters where we, discuss love and we discussed communication. So these chapters all fit, okay? The ideas and or the themes are not vague. What happens is that, and this is not to repeat previous themes, but it's just pretty much the one whole main subject, right? And we're discussing couples, and we're discussing love and infatuation and friendship and the degrees of friendship that lead to love and so on, right? So this is chapter 9, friendship, intimacy, and singlehood. Question: how many of you are single? How many of you would be married or divorced? How many of you would be not singled, not married, but just living with someone without being married? I mean, these are. It reveals our society. It reveals the type of society we live in. Okay, it reveals who we are as well. How liberal we are into the ways we decide to live with our significant other, right? Whether we live by contract, whether it's a companionship, whether there's a passion, it's just an infatuation, or somebody tricked us into getting married. I mean, these things come about, right? And this class is not psychology, right? But definitely we do consider a lot of related themes to psychology. We talk about emotions sometimes, right? In this case, we're talking about love, and I gave you a my own basic concept of love, right? And overall, the chapter has great theories about it, right? So the first, let's see, one of the first slides we have here is dealing with love and friendship. Love and friendship are alike in many ways, but there are crucial differences that make love both more rewarding and more volatile. Love relationships differ from very good friendships in that they have higher levels of fascination, exclusiveness, sexual desire, greater depth of caring about the other person, a greater potential for enjoyment, and other positive emotions. So can it be said, based on this perspective, that friendship is just kind of a level that leads into love? You always hear this, and I always hear this, that I married my best friend. After meeting many losers, I finally ended up marrying my best friend from high school, and we both have offspring of previous relationships, but we just get along very well. I mean, these things might happen actually, right? From this perspective, that can be thought, right? We have the one theory right here known as the love triangle. The love triangle, developed by Robert Sternberg, has 3 dimensions. Number 1, the first one at the very top, is commitment. Then we have intimacy, and then we have passion. Combination of these dimensions are seen in 8 different types of love relationships accordingly. One of the other slides I have here, and I want to go ahead and do give credit and take in consideration these 3 major theorists of this chapter: Eric Fromm, Stanton Pellet, and James Dobson. And these may come on the test as well, so just make sure that you write a little check mark next to this note. I mean, I don't know, maybe you're printing every single one of my slides, or maybe you're comparing my notes with the text, or maybe you're just like with an old pen copying, or maybe you're saving these lectures on your hard drive, or I mean, you could always go and this is not telling you because these are my slides, okay? It's personal property, by the way. But you could always go to the PowerPoint presentations and just go ahead and save these PowerPoint presentations on your hard drive and consider these your notes. I mean, they're you can go ahead and consider these your notes. They're not yours, okay? So you can't say I'm gonna go ahead and use this for profit or sales. No, they're not yours. But just like if I were to be giving you a worksheet, right, or a handout, right? Same thing right here. You could go ahead and this is why I developed first I had developed the PowerPoint slides, but then also I wanted to go ahead and have you guys with evidence of some audio here where I'm explaining some of this stuff, some of these theories that come on every chapter, right? So both put together, that is the slides and then the video lecture. It's kind of a full lecture, and it comes as close as possible as having a regular classroom discussion and the socialization process that exists there, right? But here we don't have that 100%. So, go ahead and save those and take those as your notes. Fromm, accordingly, maintains that love is difficult. Whoa. And requires work and practice. What do you think? Do you agree with Fromm? According to Pelé suggests that many people in love are addicted to love, just as people are addicted to coffee or tobacco or alcohol or beer or other drugs. And then, according to James Dobson, he argues that demonstrating some independence from a relationship can strengthen the relationship. Do you believe that? Which one do you agree? Which of these three do you agree with? I mean, is it possible that, okay, well, it's like the old saying of the pigeon, right? I mean, if you want to know if a pigeon is yours, then just go ahead and let the pigeon go. If the pigeon comes back, then it's yours. But if the pigeon never comes back, well, it never wasn't. It's kind of an old saying, right? That kind of abides and falls by Dobson. By Pelé, we have this suggestion that many people in love are addicted to love, so it's almost like a drug. So it's like you become addicted and attached to someone, right? And you kind of depend on that person. And many times love can expand from not only just good treatment and passionate treatment, but negative treatment where you actually become abused, right? So because it's an addiction, and you so fall addicted, you so fall in addiction by the treatment and by the dysfunctional relationship. Many times the love develops into an abusive relationship. Okay, so it's a good theory. Both are good. And then Eric Fromm's, it's another good theory. Let's not put no one least. All these three make sense, right? That he maintains that love is difficult and requires work and practice. I think practice makes best, right? I mean, what do you think? Do you agree? So I wouldn't say I disagree with any of the three, but I would say I think every single one of these theories makes sense, right? Fromm, Pelé, and Dobson are experts, right? Rather, and I think they make sense, right? Okay, in relationship to love, we have jealousy. And how do men and women view cheating? Well, for men, it gets them a lot more upset when the partner has a sexual relationship with another person, when sex is involved, while woman makes them a lot more upset when the partner becomes romantically or emotionally involved with that other person. Kind of bothers them a lot more. It's good to discuss this. Now, essential couple relationship strengths. I mean, let's never get there, right? I mean, if you have a long-term relationship, you want this relationship to be durable, long-term, trusting, and loving. Here are 10 pointers, right, to look for, perhaps during the dating stage, right, or pre-romantic stage, right? Personality compatibility, communication skills. Look for your partner to have good conflict resolution skills, financial management, shared leisure activities and ideas, good relationship with family and friends, consensus on roles, share spiritual values and views, right? I mean, these are good 10 pointers to consider, right? And one area that I haven't discussed yet is that of self-disclosure between the partners. Even though both men and women agree that self-disclosure is great to have, right? Men and women, they practice it very differently, and it is women that are a lot better on it, right? Men seek intimacy by doing activities with other people, while women use self-disclosure to create intimacy with other people. But be careful, because sometimes the self-disclosure leads into playing intimacy games, right? They give you the wrong advice to this, withhold this from him or from her. Hey, you know what? Don't share your paycheck with her since she's playing games. And you start playing games. So let's see. Young people in singlehood. No wonder why a lot of people nowadays prefer to, live single instead of getting married, right? I mean, they see all these problems going on, right? Young people are staying single longer than before. Why? The fact is that an increasing number of people in today's society see singlehood as a viable alternative to marriage, right? And that's kind of the value we're losing in today's culture. And this is kind of what I was warning you about. I mean, the sociological trend altogether points to that, right? Anyways, it's controversial many times, but of course this is why we have this class, right? Anyways, I appreciate your time, and you're welcome to write me if you want to go ahead and make comments, right? We're all free to have our opinions, right? Thank you very much for your time. This is Professor Jack, and I appreciate your time. Hopefully you're going to be able to view me for the next chapter. Bye-bye.